A tough way to lose game one of the series against the Chicago Cubs. A play that involved not one, but two errors. Javier Baez comes all the way around, and the Cubs take the first game of the series 5-4 in a 10-inning victory for Chicago. Welcome inside the booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. The Padres looking to bounce back tonight in Game 2 of the series. Leading off and playing in center field is Travis Jankowski, and lately he's been fun to watch.
Such an integral part to any lineup, and Travis Jankowski, I think, has all the tools to be productive at the big league level in the leadoff spot. Why? He's got speed. He needs to put the ball in play a little bit more, try to avoid the strikeouts. Last night, 2 for 5, a single, a home run, his second on the year, and a couple RBIs. Here's the thing. I think if Travis can go gap to gap, utilize that speed. If he hits a single, you steal a base, you get in a scoring position, but also down the lines. Maybe pull the ball more and play pepper with that left field line, because he is definitely a player that possesses all those qualities to be a legitimate leadoff spot hitter for the San Diego Padres.
Well, tonight back in the lineup for the Chicago Cubs is Javier Baez, and last night we got a little bit of a taste of what he can do both offensively and defensively.
It was really tough last night, wasn't it? But I got to be honest with you, he's fun to watch. I mean, this kid for the Chicago Cubs at second base, this guy was an NLCS co-MVP. He's 25 years old, and look at the magic he works with his feet, with his glove, working from the ground up. He does it not only with the glove, the bat, and his speed. This was ruled fan interference. It's a double. He thought it was a home run, but defense hit the double, the stolen base, taking advantage of the errors, and here's where the speed comes into play. He's their most exciting player, and why not? Who steals home twice in the season? I'll tell you who, Javier Baez, and the Cubs are happy to have him.
Javier Baez back in the lineup tonight for the Cubs. Coming up, no room for error for Luis Perdomo versus this good Cubs team. We'll hear from his manager next when Bob Scanlon joins us from Petco Park.
Padres will be Luis Perdomo. In his last outing, the Padres needed him to go deep in the ballgame. He did that. He went 7 innings, but he allowed 6 runs, 5 of those coming in the 4th inning. And that has been his nemesis throughout his career, avoiding the big inning. How does he get through that moment? Andy Green has an idea.
We've always said when an inning gets tough, the ability to slow the game down. That doesn't mean necessarily stepping off the mound and pausing and taking time, but not getting quick with your delivery, understanding what you're trying to do. Basically, it just still comes down to being a professional pitch maker and executing pitches. When it goes fast for him, his execution suffers a little bit, so avoiding those big innings is always big for him.
You ask even the greatest pitchers in the game, no matter how good their stuff is on a given night, there is not a question of if there's going to be a tough moment, it's when is there going to be a tough moment. And the key is to be able to control your emotions as much as your mechanics. That is the next step for Luis Perdomo. Hopefully he can do that again tonight. The Padres are looking to rebound. Luis Perdomo going for the Padres. Game number 2, Padres, Cubs, coming up next, right here, Fox Sports San Diego.
Padres baseball brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Cadillac, visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by Jack in the Box, this season Padres home run score free Jumbo Jacks, only at Jack in the Box. Well, beautiful night tonight in San Diego. Time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 75 degrees, northwest breeze at 7 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, the forecast for the remainder of the night. But as the game starts, I don't see a cloud in the sky as we get started for Padres Cubs game 2 of the series. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you tonight as Joe Madden looking to win 2 straight here against the Padres. They took game 1 of the series, and we check out his starting 9. Anthony Rizzo leads it off at first base with Chris Bryant at third. Jason Hayward in right field. Javier Baez at second. In Happ in center. Kyle Schwarber in left field with Addison Russell at shortstop. Victor Caratini is going to be doing the catching. He bats 8th. And Kyle Hendricks, the pitcher, bats out of the 9th spot. On the hill tonight for the Padres is Luis Perdomo.
25-year-old making his 7th start. Last time out, 7 innings, had a rough inning in the 4th where he gave up 5 runs, 6 all told after it was all said and done. Hey, pound the zone early. Be aggressive with all your pitches. He threw more changeups last time out. I think that's a key pitch in a hitter's count. But if he can avoid the walks, keep the ball in the ballpark, and be aggressive. That's the main thing for Luis this evening.
First pitch of the ball game from Perdomo is going to miss outside for ball one, and we're underway. Anthony Rizzo leading it off here for Chicago. 242, 12 homers, and 60 runs batted in. Padres in a shift on the right side as Rizzo will take a strike over the outside corner. StatCast powered by AWS. A lot of pulling for Rizzo. Just missed, and it's 2-1. Coming inside.
Well, Joe Madden has been putting Anthony Rizzo in the leadoff spot. He was in an 0-for-19 slump prior to last night. Since being in the leadoff last night, went 3 for 5 and was a big key in the Cubs' victory, driving in that one run.
Framed by Ellis, called the ball, 3-1. Perdomo coming in with a 1-3 record, 7.09 earned run average. His 7th start since being recalled. And that's ball 4. They were all kind of close, but leadoff walk for Anthony Rizzo starts tonight for the Chicago Cubs.
Defense for the Padres behind Luis Perdomo is brought to you by Nissan. Franmil Reyes will be in right field. First start in right since June 19th. To his right in center field, Travis Jankowski. In left, Will Myers. On the infield, third to first, Christian Villanueva, Freddie Galvis, Carlos Asuaje, and Eric Hosmer, the Gold Glover at first. Behind the plate, veteran A.J. Ellis.
Lead runner on for the Cubs here in the first inning, and brings up Chris Bryant. Bryant batting second in the Cubs order and toting a 277 average coming in. 10 homers, 39 runs batted in, on base percentage of .381. Hosmer holding on Rizzo at first base. Lead not terribly large as Bryant takes ball 2. And this will bring out A.J. Ellis to talk to Perdomo, who falls behind 2-0.
Early mound visit, and A.J. Ellis. This is one of those where, just speaking from experience, if you're getting an early visit like this, it's a chewing, I think. And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, you want to get your guy straight right now. Hey, let's kick it in gear. Let's go. No more of this trying to nibble stuff. Maybe that was kind of a stern talking to from A.J. Ellis to Luis Perdomo. Sometimes you have to do that.
First mound visit of the night for the Padres, and A.J. Ellis settling in here with a count of 2-0 to Chris Bryant. Bryant 2 for 10 since coming off the DL, and takes ball 3.
Last night, Bryant hitting third. Tonight, second. Last night, it was left, right, right. Tonight, Joe Madden splitting it up left, right, left with Jason Hayward batting third.
That's a strike, 3-1. DJ Rayburn has the plate tonight for the umpires. Waiting on deck is Jason Hayward in the 3 spot tonight for the Cubs. Came off the bench last night to pinch run. For the first, and back to the bag is Rizzo. Mentioned Bryant coming off the DL, went on the DL with a shoulder injury. 2 for 10 since coming back with a home run, 2 walks. And batting second tonight for Joe Madden. On the ground, foul, and a full count now. The Cubs have now won 10 of their last 13 games. Their offense carried the first 4 games of that stretch, scoring 46 runs, but their pitching has picked up the slack, allowing just 31 runs over the last 9 games. Runner goes, pitch swung on a miss, throw down to second base, and safe at second base is Rizzo. Stolen base on the strikeout of Bryant, 1 down.
Well, going back to that last pitch, full count to Chris Bryant. This is a big league pitch. This is a slider down and away. Bryant swings and misses, and the short hop on the shortstop side of second base. Let's go back to the pitch. That's really a good pitch. Close enough to where Chris Bryant has to protect. He's got to swing at it.
but the Cubs get a runner in scoring position.
One down, runner at second brings up Jason Hayward. Bouncing in, picked on the backhand by Ellis. Perdomo's given up just one home run. Last 6 starts. Sole home run that he gave up was to Max Muncy back on April 18th against the Dodgers. Drops in there for a strike, 1-1. Off walk by Anthony Rizzo. Steals second base on the strikeout of Chris Bryant, and 1 out, runner in scoring position for the Cubs here in the top of the first inning. To right field. Reyes going back, still going. He'll get there and make the catch right in front of the warning track. Tagging at second and heading to third is Rizzo on the fly out to right. 2 down here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealer.
Pitching matchup of Perdomo and Hendricks. Pack away at Hendricks. He's been giving up a lot of home runs recently. You're going to get into that when he takes the hill. And low ball Louie. Work for the ground balls. He's got the slider. He's got the 2-seamer. If he can stay down in the zone and not have the Cubs elevate the baseball, work for that ground ball just like Clayton Richard does so well.
Trying to get out of this first inning unscathed. Has 2 outs with a runner at third. Here is Javier Baez. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Fastball kind of down and in. Fastball at 92 for Perdomo. Baez at 291, 18 homers, 66 runs batted in. It's 90th game of the year for the Cubs. Look out. That one misses inside. A changeup, it appeared. 1-1.
Looking at the lineup card that they issue all the announcers up in the press box here, and look at Javier Baez. Leads in average 291, leads in home runs 18, leads in RBI 66, and stolen bases with 18. All 4 categories. He is the man in the Cubs lineup tonight.
That's in the cleanup spot for the Cubs. Grounded foul softly over by the Cubs dugout. They're housed on the third base side here at Petco Park. Two outs, runners in scoring position, hitting at 293.
Remember, he threw a nice slider to Chris Bryant, full count. Here's 2-2.
And that is strike 3, and Perdomo does get out of the inning unscathed. Well, the Cubs leave a runner at third. Padres are coming up. It's time to check out the Padres lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Travis Jankowski leads it off in center field with Carlos Asuaje at second base. Will Myers in left with Eric Hosmer at first base. Franmil Reyes in right field with A.J. Ellis doing the catching. Christian Villanueva at third base. Freddie Galvis at short, and Luis Perdomo does the pitching and bats out of the 9 spot. Tonight the Padres will be dealing with Kyle Hendricks on the mound for the Cubs.
28-year-old making his 19th start, and you're going to get a fastball to hit, plain and simple. He works for grounders and given up a lot of homers lately. He's allowed 16 homers, one shy of his career high, set both in 2015 and 2017. So maybe the Padres can launch a few out this evening.
Now Travis Jankowski to lead it off here. Carlos Asuaje, Will Myers expected in the inning. As Hendricks kicks and fires. And that's in there for strike 1 to Jankowski. In the grass at third is Chris Bryant. Very aware of the fact that Jankowski will drop a bunt down every now and again. So he is ready for that. Hendricks coming in at 5 and 8, a 3.93 earned run average. 19th start of the year for the right-hander. Fouled off down the left field line, out of play. Popped up foul off to the left, out of play.
Talking to Matt Stairs recently about Travis Jankowski, and it's always nice getting little tidbits on hitters and what they try to work on. And sometimes Travis kind of comes up out of that crouch a little bit and works underneath the baseball, trying to stay down. Maybe that athletic position, hitting down on the baseball, hit some line drives and hard grounders, utilize that speed, choking up.
A little soft liner that's caught by the shortstop Addison Russell. A couple of strides on the outfield grass for the first out of the bottom of the first inning.
Let's take a look at the Cubs defense, brought to you by the San Diego Cadillac dealers. Addison Russell, 11 errors, most by the NL at the shortstop position. Chris Bryant at third base. Javier Baez will be at second base. Anthony Rizzo at first. Behind the plate, Victor Caratini. Outfield of Schwarber, Happ, and Hayward.
One down for Carlos Asuaje. It's a start at second base tonight. 220 average coming in, 2 homers, 16 runs batted in. In his 56th game of the year, time spent here, time spent at AAA El Paso. And a strike picks up that outside corner. Two-hit game for Carlos last night, going 2 for 4. So on foul back and out of play. It's his 7th multi-hit game of the year last night. 2 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout last night. Waiting on a 1-2. That'll skip in for ball 2. Kyle Hendricks did not factor in the decision in his last start against the Giants. Allowed 1 earned run over 8 1/3 innings. Struck out a season high 8 batters. Line into right field. A base hit for Asuaje. Well, I mentioned the 2 hits last night. He's got a base hit in his first at bat tonight. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Will Myers, who doesn't love a fastball? Well, Will Myers does. Tell you what, when he gets a fastball and it's in the zone, it could be up out of the zone a little bit, it could be down and away. When he uses the whole field, he can crush it. He's hitting .417 off of fastballs this year. If you throw him a fastball, you better get it out of the zone to where he will commit to it and maybe swing underneath it and foul it back, because if it's anywhere close, chances are, the way he's seeing it, you're going to get burned.
1 out, 1 on, and a check at first base as Asuaje lunging back to the bag.
Mentioned how Hendricks does not throw hard at all. His average velocity on his fastball, 86.8 miles an hour. He'll touch 88, maybe 89. But we just saw his fastball at 86. It's all the other pitches surrounding that fastball that tries to set that up and keeps the hitters off balance. Now here comes a fastball away. He shook that off for a changeup. How about a curveball? Fastball in. Let's see what this velocity is.
86.
Yep. He's got to hit his spots. Got a little two-seam action to that as well.
9 road starts on the year for him. Comes in at 2-3 on the road this year. Look at his arsenal. Off balance cut, and it's 1-2.
There's the 77-mile-an-hour changeup.
Let's go with that 86-mile-an-hour fastball in. And Myers, that one in on the thumbs, fouls it off.
Let's see what it can do. I mean, you can pitch effectively. As Will Myers checking his cuticles right there. Two-seam fastball up and in, and whew, very close to the hands. Down by the label, in fact. Not as close as I thought, but still, to Will Myers, that's got to feel really close.
Runner goes. Myers will take a pitch down low. The throw is going to be in the dirt, and a stolen base for Carlos Asuaje.
And you know, when a pitcher doesn't have the velocity, and if you use the big leg kick, that may give the runner a chance to get one more step or maybe a half step, whatever the case may be. The old traditional pop-up slide into scoring position is Asuaje.
It's second, one down. Myers waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Full count now with Eric Hosmer waiting on deck.
I would have to say these are comfortable at-bats against Hendricks.
That is strike 3. Myers thought he had ball 4. Gets the bad news from DJ Rayburn. Flipped the bat away, but he's out number 2. First strikeout for Hendricks.
Good pitch. Paint on the outside corner. That two-seam fastball, 87 coming back. Starts it off the plate a little bit. Splits the corner. Good pitch.
Now 2 down. Asuaje at second base, and here is Eric Hosmer. 247, 9 homers, 39 runs batted in for the Padres first baseman. Cubs do not shift on Hosmer. Many teams do. They choose not to, and Hosmer will take strike 1.
Got that runner on second base, so the Cubs like to keep 2 infielders on the left side there. Even though Chris Bryant is well off the bag, protecting that bag. And they know that Hosmer likes to go the other way. Talk about with the lack of velocity. Let's see if Eric Hosmer pulls Hendricks tonight.
In the air to right field for Hosmer. Hayward going back, looking up. It is gone. 2-run home run for Eric Hosmer, and the Padres jump on top 2-0. Got to be a good feeling for Eric Hosmer as he rounds the bases. It's been a struggle lately, but a 2-run shot puts the Padres on top 2-0. Let's take a look at the Arco top 2 play.
He got his fastball. It wasn't in enough at 87, and there's the home runs I was talking about out of the hand of Hendricks. It was a 4-seamer that didn't get enough. He knew immediately, I got launch angle and then some. Not only Eric Hosmer feeling good and his teammates, but there's a lot of other people out there feeling really good right about now. That ball was crushed.
First home run since June the 12th for him. A lot of frustration in that home run right there for Hosmer. Out of the yard, 2-0 Padres.
That launch angle's got to be high 30s or low 40s. I mean, that was Willie McCovey-like trajectory.
It was up there a long time.
Yes,
I know
it was.
That. I wonder if it was too high for a moment.
Too high, it's gone.
It's outside. 30-degree launch angle.
Oh, wow.
Your answer.
I was way off.
You thought it'd be a lot more than that?
Yeah, but who cares? It's gone.
Franmil lunges after this, popped up into shallow center by his second baseman. Out there to make the catch in front of his center fielder. A 2-run home run for Eric Hosmer has given the Padres a 2-0 advantage. Home run number 10 for Hosmer in a Padres uniform. To the second we go. As we head to the top of the second inning, thanks to the 2-run home run by Eric Hosmer. Difference in the game, and on the hill, Luis Perdomo with a lead to work with for the first time tonight. Happ, Schwarber, and Russell scheduled to bat here for the Cubs. And strike over the outside corner to Happ. 252. 10 homers, 25 runs batted in.
You know, I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you're a 10-year vet. You go through some struggles like Eric Hosmer's been going through, and you hit one like that, there is a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Big time, I would think. Chop foul.
Turned on a fastball. Hendricks just didn't get it in enough.
Important inning for Perdomo. As his 1-2 misses low. The team just gets 2 runs. You'd like to have a 1-2-3 inning here.
First of all, no walks. Go right after these guys. Trust your stuff. That one pitch really sticks out to me to Chris Bryant when he struck him out 3-2 with that slider. I think that should be a pitch that he can go to with regularity and have some success.
Full count here now to Ian Happ leading it off in the second inning.
And it also seems that Luis has been having trouble putting guys away with 2 strikes. Two-seamer.
Fly ball, center field. Struck pretty well. Jankowski going back at the wall. It's gone. Home run number 11 for Ian Happ. Straight away center field. And the Cubs have cut the Padres lead in half. It's 2-1 San Diego.
Full count. Did not get the two-seamer out there. That's 94 on a tee. And Happ goes El Centro. The flash look by Travis, not even close. Good effort, though, by the Padres center fielder.
Well, Kyle Schwarber getting his start tonight. Not in the starting lineup last night, coming off the bench in last night's game, but starts tonight in left field. 246, 17 home runs for Schwarber, and 39 runs batted in. Strike over the outside corner, 2-1.
There's the changeup.
Padres shifting on Schwarber on the right side of the infield, and they'll ground this one foul over by the Padres dugout. '30th pitch coming up for Luis Perdomo with nobody out here in the second. And this one hits sharply on the ground up the middle into center. Schwarber aboard with nobody out here in the second. Send it down to Bob Scanlon.
Well, Don, we talked a lot about the off-speed pitches of Luis Perdomo, specifically the changeup, which he used a lot in his last outing, partially because he didn't feel as comfortable with the slider, but let's not forget that slider. Mark Grant, I agree with you 100%. The sliders that he threw in the first inning to record those first two punch-outs could be a big pitch for him tonight. Remember, he's throwing it a lot harder since he's returned from AAA. That seems to be the difference, so keep an eye on the changeup and that nasty slider out of Luis tonight.
All right, Scan, we will indeed, as Perdomo deals here, and it's fouled off. That seems to be still developing here at the major league level for Luis Perdomo. Still a work in progress.
You look at his track record, and you know, as a Rule 5 guy, pitched an A ball, went to the big leagues, a lot of expectations. Who knows what's going through the mind of Luis Perdomo, but I think he's got the best support system working with Darren Balsley, coaches, teammates. Yes, to answer your question, I still think there's a little bit of development going on for Luis Perdomo. In this day and age, we want everything right now, right? We want him to win 20 games. Who doesn't? Well, it's going to take some time. I know you've seen a lot of young pitchers back in the day when they first came up. They just got rattled their first couple of years in the big leagues.
John Lester is one that pops out for me. A
Perfect
guy
example.
who is with the Cubs, going to be pitching tomorrow. This one is line foul down the left field line. Not that he got rocked, but he wasn't the John Lester that he is today when he started. It was a trial and error type process for him.
And I know I use this guy's name quite a bit in an example like this, but John Smoltz, you look at, he lost, I think, 16 or 18 games his first year in the big leagues until he figured it out.
1-2 pitch coming up, and that'll miss outside.
In fact, I love going online and looking at like Hall of Fame pitchers and seeing in their career like the first handful of years.
Towards third, could be two, being away, but a second for one on to first is going to be not in time. Not hit hard enough. You get the force out at second, and Schwarber 5-4, but reaching at first is Russell.
Well, the high chopper, that gives the runner down the first base line sometime. Asuaje, a fine job around the bag with the footwork and the relay. At least they get that lead runner.
One out, runner at first, and Victor Caratini coming up here now for the Cubs. Caratini, the starting catcher for tonight's game. 275, no homers, 6 runs batted in. Of course, we play day baseball here tomorrow. I imagine that both Austin Hedges and Wilson Contreras will be back tomorrow for the day game, the finale of this 3-game series between the Cubs and the Padres. Strike one. Picked up the outside corner. Leadoff home run by Ian Happ started this inning. A single to center by Schwarber. Addison Russell grounds into a fielder's choice. Schwarber erased at second. One out. Runner at first and Victor Caratini batting. Good sized lead over there first base for Addison Russell. That is strike two.
Both sides of the plate working it. Got the call the previous pitch a little bit. This one splits the corner. Actually, you know what? I take that back. That one's off the plate a little bit as well. So as a pitcher, if you can put those crosshairs and consistently hit that spot, go right back in there or go right back out there. And it's something AJ Ellis is going to be. See what Luis just did right there with his hand, like a straight line. That indicates to me that he's got to tell himself to be. He kind of pulled off on that last pitch. Have his momentum go straight towards home plate. Is going to throw over here.
Back safely is Russell. Plan for him to go the other way. Travis Jankowski, center fielder, over towards left center. And a beautiful night at Petco Park in San Diego. Swing and a miss, and Caratini strikes out. Third strikeout for Perdomo. 2 down in the second inning.
Jack's new $3 sauced and loaded fries. Delivered exclusively with DoorDash. Order now.
2 down in the inning. Addison Russell at first base. Cubs have scored a run in this inning. It's 2-1 Padres, and here's the pitcher for the Cubs, Kyle Hendricks. 196 average in 5 major league seasons. This year 3 for 36 at the plate. Does have an RBI this season. One and one. Well, the Cubs left Anthony Rizzo at third base in the first inning. They have a runner at first here with 2 down in the second inning, a run in. Strike two. Fastball at 93 that time for Perdomo.
Yeah, tremendous movement.
Speaking of Anthony Rizzo, top of the order, waiting on deck for Chicago. That'll drop in for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Perdomo, 4 in all. A run for the Cubs, 2-1 Padres.
with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
2-1, Padres have the lead over the Cubs. We get ready for the bottom of the second inning.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's the final. Pogba, Mbappe in France take on Luka Modric in Croatia in the FIFA World Cup final. Coverage begins tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific. Or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. It's going to be exciting stuff.
This tournament's gone a little longer than you thought. When we were in Miami, you said it was a 2-day tournament.
No, it was like a 4-day tournament. I was so fired up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 4 days of soccer. Yeah.
It's worked out to be a little longer in the end.
It's like 4 weeks, isn't it?
Well, it's coming to a conclusion, though. Tomorrow's it.
Amazing athletes, man. I'm telling you.
A.J. Ellis leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. And Christian Villanueva and Freddie Galvis. Padres on top 2-1. A.J. Ellis getting the start tonight. Behind the dish, batting 6th in the Padres order. And taking strike one. Strike two. A.J. Ellis coming in, hitting at .295 into tonight's game. Close pitch, a little bit low.
Trying to pepper that outside part of the plate. That one had a little bit more straightness to it rather than two-seam action.
Ellis has been walking a little more lately. 7 walks in his last 9 games. Did not play in last night's game. It gets a start here in the middle game of the 3-game series. That's away and a full count.
I often thought catchers hitting, in their mind, as Christian Villanueva waits on deck, do they think, what would I call against me right here? Right?
Yeah, probably. Fouled off down the right field line.
And I guess on the other hand, there's the thinking part where they just try to eliminate everything else, just concentrate see ball, hit ball. Because if you start thinking too much,
I also wonder what they think about the strike zone that the umpire is now giving the other catcher.
That's a great point.
You know?
Yeah, sure.
Because he knows what has been a strike tonight and what has not been a strike tonight. And granted, his vantage point is a little bit higher when you're standing in there, a little bit askew. Is that a word?
I like that, askew.
Was it used correctly in a sentence? I don't know.
It sounds good to me.
Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Yes, a little off.
Yeah. Fouled off to the right, out of play.
And you can see he's late on the 86, 87, right? Trying to let the ball travel a little bit, maybe spank it the other way as the defense is kind of shading that way a little bit down the right field line.
I think the AB next pitch would be the 10th.
Shook off the changeup, going back to the fastball away. Missed in. Changeup.
Fooled Ellis, and he strikes out. Second K for Hendricks. 1 down.
Tell you what, that's a great pitch. After seeing fastball, 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 87, 86, 85, 86, 85. Pull the string, changeup, and you know what? This one is right down the middle. AJ way out in front of it. He's got the illusion of a fastball. Still looks like a oh my gosh, I got to do something, and before that, it's too late.
1 down here in the second brings up Christian Villanueva. .226, 18 homers, 42 runs batted in.
How about these two? Traded as a package deal to the Cubs from the Texas Rangers back in the day.
interesting how some guys' careers are connected. Cubs got Ryan Dempster in that deal.
Yeah. Well, another generous call right here. Caratini kind of bringing that one back in. Definitely off the plate. Fastball up. Oh, shook him off to the changeup.
And it misses 2-2. Like you're forever tied to Derek Lilliquist.
Correct. Traded for the left-hander. I went to Atlanta. He came to San Diego, and the Padres got the better of that deal.
2-2 pitch. And a pop-up foul off to the right out of play. Look, you're on the scoreboard.
And for those people who can't see, the Friar was dancing on the scoreboard.
Never see him in the same room, ever. I've been here 3 years. Never. That is going to miss, framed a long time by Caratini.
You know, the thing Hendricks can do is locate that changeup both sides of the plate as well. Like we talk about pitchers both sides with the fastball. Well, Hendricks can do that with the changeup as well. Changeup away.
To left field, Schwarber on the move, going back now, and he won't catch it. Off the wall, hitting for 2 is Villanueva, and he's at second base with a 1-out double.
That was a great battle right there by Christian. He got the changeup, and you know what? It was away. And we've seen him hit home runs this year by going down and getting pitches like this. This is a changeup off the end of the bat, but still goes a long way. Kyle Schwarber is not going to get a chance to get that one. Doesn't have the blazing speed. Didn't get really good jump on that one. A tough ball to catch for any left fielder, I would say. And with 1 out, he's in scoring position. That was a good at bat.
1 out, Villanueva at second base, and Freddie Galvis coming up. Strike 1. Freddie starts tonight hitting at .229. 4 homers, 30 runs batted in. Tonight is game number 98 of the year, and yes, this is start number 98 for Freddie Galvis every day. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Padres. A run, 2 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 1 out double for Christian Villanueva. Has a good sized lead at second base. Padres have had some pretty patient at bats here so far tonight. Rounding up that pitch count of Hendricks. 11 pitch at bat for Ellis. Well, he struck out, but next pitch will be the 46th in an inning and a third for Kyle Hendricks. Popped up foul off to the left out of play.
You can see where the Padre hitters are lunging out just a little bit, right? I mean, because Hendricks doesn't throw that hard. It's below the hitting speed.
So they can't wait.
You gotta let it. You gotta wait. It's so hard. It's so hard. Christian Villanueva went out in front and hooked it. But even on that pitch right there, Freddie, his body was out in front, and the bat kind of dragged. When you drift like that, the bat has a tendency to drag, work underneath.
2-2. There's the speed range. 88 has been the high, and I haven't seen too many 88s. More like 86 for the most part on a regular basis. 2-2. And a full count now.
You know, when you don't throw hard like Hendricks, and he's done this tonight, we've seen the 4-seam, which is straight, a little bit more velocity, as opposed to the 2-seamer, less velocity and more movement, as Luis Perdomo waits on deck.
25th pitch of the inning coming up. Galvis will pop it up. Shortstop Addison Russell. Short lawn and left, and look out. He makes the catch, and Schwarber almost banged into him, but he makes the grab out there for out number 2. I don't think I'd watch Schwarber running into me without me knowing about it. You know?
You know what?
It's a pretty big dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. And he did wave. Addison Russell did kind of wave off, but as I watched him wave him off, Schwarber was still looking at the ball, so he did not see him wave him off. And this is a results-based business, correct?
Right. And he got the job done.
It's the bottom line.
So 2 down. Villanueva at second base, and Luis Perdomo standing in on the right side. Take strike 1. Luis at the plate, 2 for 4 so far this year.
I've got a feeling that Luis may do some damage tonight at the plate.
Well, known for his triples. A little late there, and it's 0-2. Two down here in the second inning. Christian Villanueva, who doubled, still at second base with the 2 outs in the inning, and Perdomo down 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Third K for Hendricks. Padres leave a runner at second, but have a 2-1 lead through 2.
The MLB All-Star Game Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
Well, it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Gosh, I love trivia.
Name the 2 Padres pitchers who have earned a win in the All-Star Game. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
Well, my gut reaction, number 1, is RJ.
Yep.
Randy Jones. That's my first. There's number 35. Padres Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner.
What about the other one, though? Did Jake Peavy pitch in the All-Star Game in 07?
I think he did. I don't know.
Won a Cy Young in 07.
Yeah. Whether he pitched not or though.
Yeah.
I'm sure he made the All-Star team. But see, here's the deal. Starters, they don't go 5, right?
No, you just got to go 1 in the All-Star game.
Oh, for the All-Star game. Yes,
Yes,
you are
just to
correct.
get a
That's
win.
right. That's right. The rules
Yeah.
changed during the All-Star game. That's right.
Rizzo leading it off here for the Cubs, top of the order. Because nobody now goes more than 2. Would
right.
be the most you'd go.
Exactly. I got one. This guy just came to my mind. How about Gaylord Perry?
Not a bad idea.
Could be. He won a Cy Young Award as a Padre.
What year was that? Do you know?
I want to say 70. I want to say late 70s. I know there are people screaming at their sets right now. Come on.
Chris Bryant waiting on deck then. Jason Hayward. This one is cued down the third baseline. Perdomo's got plenty of time and is able to throw out Rizzo. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Raced over there, picked it up, looked up, and realized he had a lot of time. Got it over to first base. 1 down.
Well, as a pitcher, you become a fielder, and now plenty of time. You don't need to panic. Anthony Rizzo hustling all the way out of the box there. It's always nice to get a hitter like Anthony Rizzo, especially leadoff guy first out in this 3rd inning.
1 down for Chris Bryant, who struck out swinging in the 1st inning, and now lines one by the diving 3rd baseman. Christian Villanueva into left field. And Bryant is aboard with a 1-out base hit. 3rd hit of the night for Chicago. Well, it's time for the Kia drive to success. Highest career average against the Padres. Jason Hayward comes in hitting at .340 against San Diego. Minimum 150 plate appearances. Fly to right in the 1st inning. 0 for 1 tonight against Luis Perdomo. Now he lifts a fly ball to left field. Myers coming in to make the catch for out number 2. Hayward a little frustrated with his fly out to left.
Yeah, he was a little too quick to that baseball off the end of the bat, lofting it to left field. 1 pitch, 1 out there. Luis Perdomo's got to love that.
2 down, runner at first, and it brings up Javier Baez. Struck out looking in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. 4 strikeouts on the night for Perdomo. Fly ball center field, struck well. Jankowski will have room onto the edge of the track to make the grab that ends the inning. 2.5 done, 2-1 Padres. third inning. Time now for the answer to our Valley View Casino trivia question. Name the 2 Padres pitchers who have earned a win in the All-Star game. Randy Jones and Lamar Hoyt.
I forgot about that one.
Dewey. Did it 1985.
Lamar Hoyt, man. I remember he won a Cy Young Award with the White Sox. Then went to the Padres. That guy could pitch a little bit. Just had a little trouble down by the border. Anyway.
What? You can't just say that and then leave it.
He got involved with the law.
Oh, really?
The wrong side of the law. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then went south from there.
He went south, or there's RJ. You know, I've not seen that picture of RJ before here.
Really?
No. It's a great shot.
It is. That's back in the heyday.
2-1 pitch is in there for a strike. 2-2.
I'll tell you what, just have your homework for tonight.
Yeah, find out what happened.
Go to Google.
Lamar Hoyt.
Lamar Hoyt.
Yes.
And
south of the border.
At the border.
At the border. 2-2. Full count. On the ground right side, Baez slides to his left. Sidearm toss in time. Jankowski 0 for 2.
So a fly ball off the bat of Travis, a ground ball off the bat. So working underneath, kind of topping it off the end of the bat. Now Travis trying to find a happy medium against Kyle Hendricks.
And out for Carlos Asuaje. Drops in there for a strike. Asuaje singled, stole a base, scored a run. Came in on the 2-run home run by Eric Hosmer. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Jim Wolf, third base umpire.
He's jacked.
He's in good shape.
Jim Wolf.
Yes.
That's a wolf in umpire's clothing.
The Ed Hockley of Major League Baseball.
Oh, my gosh.
San Diego native. 0-2 pitch. A miss outside. Fouled off to the left, hangs at 1-2.
You know, Hendricks knows how to throw that fastball just off the plate a little bit where hitters have to offer at it. That pitch right there, too close to take, and Carlos fouls it off. He wants a fastball up here, it looks like. Up, down, and away.
Hit 88, the top of his scale.
Yep.
Just outside.
Top 2 lowest velocity in baseball. This kid right here, Hendricks, and Bartolo Colon.
Line to left, Schwarber coming in, but that's going to drop for a base hit. A 1-out single for Carlos Asuaje, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Really did a nice job. It looked to me like just hitting down on that baseball. Thinking about hitting a liner. Thinking about hitting the ball down on the ground. Watch the barrel of the bat. Go down and get it. Spanks it to left.
One out, one on, and Will Myers coming up. Struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. Swahe gains his lead, and checking on him right away was Kyle Hendricks. Myers struck out looking in the first inning. One of 3 strikeouts on the night for the Cubs starter Hendricks. Just outside, and it's 2-0.
Here's where I think like Hendricks can throw a changeup right down the middle of the plate and probably have some success with it. You're looking at 87, 88. He throws the changeup at 77. He wants to go fastball in here.
Fouls it off. So they've been doing with Will quite a bit. Did it in his first at bat too. Tried to jam him in. Ended up striking out in that first AB. For the first and back is Swahe. Line into left field, a base hit for Myers. Up to second base goes Swahe. Back-to-back singles for the Padres here in the 3rd inning. Time down for our Coors Light refreshing finish. Eric Hosmer with a 2-run shot. Back in the first inning, his 10th home run of the year. RBIs 40 and 41 on the season for the Padres first baseman.
He got a 4-seam fastball. Hendricks wanted to pound it in off the plate. He didn't get it in enough, and Eric really did a nice job of getting his hands through in the barrel of the ball, onto the ball, and hit it a long way.
Now he bats with 2 on, 1 away here in the 3rd inning. Takes strike 1. Borderline call, bottom of the zone.
Right at the knees, huh? Good pitch.
70 pitches for Hendricks at this point of the game. Through 2 1/3 innings for the Cubs starter tonight. Swing and a miss goes around. It's 0-2.
I think Hendricks may have learned something with the previous at bat to Eric. I mean, when he threw that fastball, he made sure that it was well out of the zone. He should take a look at the breakdown. Heavy workload in the first and second. Next one will be 20 here.
So it'll be an 0-2 to Eric Hosmer with 2 on, but spiraling off the backside. No throw is Kyle Hendricks. Hosmer thought about it, but lets it pass. 1-2. Jankowski grounded out to begin the inning to second base. Swahe single to left. Myers single to left. So 2 on, 1 away. And a 1-2 coming to Eric Hosmer. On the ground towards second base. Baez will flip to second for 1, on to first for 2. 4-6-3 twin killing for the Cubs, turned there by Hendricks and his defense, as the Padres do not score in the 3rd. We're through 3, and the Padres have a 2-1 lead. Let's see here, the Padres are going to challenge the play at first base.
I think maybe right here.
Second.
Oh yeah, he looked like he kicked the bag, huh?
Yeah, they're not going to challenge. 2-1 Padres. for the Cubs as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Never a bad night to be at the beach. Hanging out there.
I love the beach.
It's too
This is
sandy.
awesome.
It's too sandy.
He doesn't like the beach because it's too sandy. Sand castles. So he goes to the beach, but it's too sandy.
It's too sandy.
It's like going in the pool, but thinking it's too wet. Really? I mean, he's an odd man, is he not? Very odd.
Well, I don't want to agree with you, but yes.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sweens.
Good to see you guys.
We got ourselves a little bit of a pitcher's duel here, huh?
Well, how about Eric Hosmer's homer?
Wow.
How good did that feel?
Oh, huge.
And you saw a little bat flip? That's the frustration that he's gone through.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was telling Don that no matter if you're a rookie or you're a 10-year vet, you go through the struggles that he was going through, and you hit a ball like that, that's a weight off your shoulders.
It sure is.
That's to Happ, who leads it off. He homered in the 2nd inning, straightaway center field off Perdomo. Getting a second look at Luis.
How about Ian Happ, guys? This year, it was the first major league game down in Miami. First pitch of the season. Right field, homer.
Unbelievable.
What a start. Where do you go from there?
He's now got 11 on the year. Taps this one foul.
I think that's the way. If I were a hitter and I got called up to the big leagues, first pitch I'm seeing, I'm swinging at it. Just so you could possibly be a part of history and have something to talk about.
I think that's the challenge mentally. As you're walking up to the plate, you're wondering, are you going to swing or are you going to take it? And most people take.
And that is ball 4, and Happ spins out of the box. Takes the second walk allowed by Perdomo, a leadoff walk. For the second time tonight, had a leadoff walk allowed in the first. Allows one here in the 4th inning.
Very erratic there to Happ. He's got to make an adjustment out of the stretch now.
Now Schwarber coming up here. Single to center field in the 2nd. th pitch of the night coming up for Luis Perdomo. Padres are shifting on the right side, but they keep it tight to the infield with the double play possibilities in order here. In the air foul. Hit a long way foul, but he was out ahead. Top deck.
Strike one. Boy, he caught that one way out in front of that four-seamer.
Go to first, and crossing over to get back is Ian Happ. For the Cubs, who are already scoreboard watching, the Pirates beat the Milwaukee Brewers today 2-1. Schwarber will take it a little bit high. Starting the day, the Brewers and Cubs tied for the top spot in the NL Central. Joe Maddon's team trailing here 2-1 at the moment, with nobody out in the 4th inning. Ball 3-1.
That's a dangerous spot, guys, and you know why? Because Schwarber feels very comfortable with that release point of Perdomo. Getting a good hitter's counts.
To left field, struck well. Myers going back at the wall. It's gone. Opposite field shot. A 2-run home run. And the Cubs take a 3-2 lead. Home run number 18 of the year for Kyle Schwarber.
Mark, you said something really interesting in the pregame show. I like how Schwarber's got a really short swing.
And you think about it, when you have a short swing, you're able to track it just a little bit longer. And he had intention. He knew he was going to get that two-seam action. He didn't want to come around that pitch. So it makes Kyle Schwarber so dangerous because he has pull power, but also goes the other way. Now, guys, there's home run hitters, but there's also guys that are hitters first that have power. And that's what Kyle Schwarber is, in my opinion.
Strike three call makes quick work of Addison Russell. 5 strikeouts now for Perdomo. 1 down in the inning.
Well, that's a bounce back. We talk about pitchers bouncing back after giving up some runs, or their team scores runs. And you throw up a 0, well, after the home run, that's Perdomo bouncing back, getting a quick out.
Now 1 down brings up Victor Caratini, who struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Walk started this inning for Ian Happ. 2-run home run by Schwarber. Perdomo strikes out Russell. Now falls behind 3-1 to Caratini. On deck the pitcher Kyle Hendricks.
This is a 6th 3-ball count for Luis.
Down the first base line, and Luis will apply the tag on Caratini on the way by. 2 down. So Kyle Hendricks coming up now for the Cubs. He'll have a lead to work with when he gets back on the mound, but coming up here with 2 down in the inning.
Now, we heard Andy Green touch on what he would like to see Luis Perdomo. You touched on it, Mark. His last start against the Dodgers, the game got too quick from him, and you want to see that from Luis Perdomo. And what I mean about that is there's younger players, they have to have the ability to slow the game down, and if it never slows up, it's going to be difficult for them to make those adjustments. You can talk about pitching mechanics all you want, mound presence, but that's what has to happen, in my opinion, for Luis Perdomo, to slow everything down, especially when things aren't going his way.
Well put.
I'll drop in there for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes. And that is strike 3 over the outside corner. 6th strikeout for Perdomo. 2-run shot for Schwarber. 3-2 Cubs. Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Nissan, take on the unexpected with Nissan's available intelligent safety shield technologies, innovation that excites. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Padres trailing 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. News and notes around Major League Baseball. The St. Louis Cardinals announced they have fired manager Mike Matheny along with John Mabry and Bill Miller. Also fired bench coach Mike Schultz will be named the interim manager. So Mike Matheny going, and are you surprised?
I'm not surprised of the firing, and I'll tell you why. Because there's an expectation with the Cardinals. They have not made the playoffs the last few years, and it hasn't been good enough for Mike Matheny. Is he the reason? I doubt that. I think their production and offense really has a lot to do with that. That's the reason why they fire Bill Miller and also John Mabry. Listen, John Mabry is one of my best friends in the game of baseball. He and Mike Matheny are so close. That's probably why. And I wouldn't be surprised if John Mabry said, listen, if he's out, I'm out. And I don't blame it. But unfortunately, those are great men in the game of baseball, all three of them. And unfortunately, this is something that it's the results on the field and why Mike Matheny was probably let go.
Yeah, there's 6.5 games out going into tonight, and with the division Chicago-Milwaukee, looks like it's going to be tough, but even record at home. And Mark, you hit the nail on the head. Every year, expectations. They're the Cardinals. I mean, they've got to be, if it's coming towards the All-Star break, they better be 2 or 3 games out of first place, or if not in first place, right?
Yeah, and this is so rare for a Cardinals organization to make a move like this.
Well, I mean, he went from never managing in his career to being a manager and being really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, had some great runs.
And you're taking over for a Hall of Fame manager in
Right.
Tony La Russa, so that's not easy. And there's set expectations, as you touched on, Mark. It's a frustrating part of the game for me, because I believe the manager is a very important piece. But when it comes down to it, it's the results on the field and guys stepping up and playing the way they are.
Reyes lines to second. It's caught by Baez for the force out of the fourth inning. As I mentioned, there were 6.5 back to start the day. Now 7 games back of the Cubs. Milwaukee lost today to the Pirates, so they're a game back of the Cubs right now. And Mike Matheny, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, has been dismissed. Of course, the Cubs and Cardinals have had some epic battles over the years. Joe Madden and Mike Matheny head to head in the division.
Since June 9th, Cardinals lost 18 of 30 games.
Now, when the Padres were in there, they were playing some pretty good baseball.
Well, Michael Wacha, who is having a nice bounce back year, goes on the disabled list. You're always going to factor in the injuries, and everyone goes through them. That's not an excuse, but that doesn't help when you know you have pitchers. And Adam Wainwright, we saw him here in San Diego, who is struggling. He is on the shelf as well. This isn't the same Cardinals that you're expecting to see.
Yeah, their bullpen, an ERA just below 5. You're not going to win many games like that.
A.J. Ellis retired 5-3, 2 down here in the fourth inning.
What's the old adage in baseball, guys? Managers, they get hired to get fired, right? And very few go for a long time and call it on their own terms. Like a Tony La Russa, you mentioned, Mark.
Bobby Cox.
Yep.
When you're talking about Hall of Fame managers, though, the guys that kind of go on their own terms. The other guys, doesn't work out that way.
And it's typical these days. I mean, because you remember there's a 5-year plan that always used to be generated. That's gone. Now it's all about, what can you do the following year? How can you develop, and how can you win at this big league level? There's a lot of pressures.
Well, this Cubs team made a significant amount of changes during the offseason on Joe Madden's staff. Gary Jones, who's a third base coach, replaced by Brian Butterfield.
I think the world of Butterfield. You know,
I love Butter.
around him.
Butter's one of my favorite people.
You're not kidding.
Not in baseball, but on this earth.
A baseball lifer that is, one of those guys you would give anything to have on your staff.
Chili Davis, now the hitting coach, tremendous.
Love Chili.
As good as it gets.
He was a teammate of mine my rookie year in '84 in San Francisco.
You love Chili, but you love Chili Davis?
I love Chili Davis. And I mentioned this yesterday, Mark. Chili Davis, switch hitting center fielder, he could rake.
He could.
That swing of his, man, he had such a pretty swing. Both sides of the plate. There's Chili Dog. Great teammate right there.
Great coach right there.
Yeah.
He's done some great things with hitters over the years. Inueva fouls it off. Thanks. You're at 2-2.
Now, the knowledge that Chili Davis has, and listen, all you have to do is go up and ask him one question about hitting, and he'll dive in. And it's not about him, it's about everything else and how he can make you better.
Popped up, shortstop. Russell headed out, and he'll get there to make the catch. We head for inning number 5. Cubs have a 3-2 lead.
MLB.TV All-Star Sale is here, folks. For $39.99, watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this sale.
How much was it?
$39.99.
What do you get?
MLB.
He lost the copy. He's gone. He doesn't have it.
MLB.TV
Yes.
out-of-market games.
Anthony Rizzo leading it off. Third time of the game he's led off. First inning, third inning, and now the 5th inning. Line over the shift into right field. A base hit for Rizzo to begin things here in the 5th inning. His first hit of the night, second time he's been aboard.
That ball was pummeled.
You know what? I thought Reyes actually had an opportunity. Watch how hard this gets to Reyes. You come up hard on a one hopper. He had a shot.
Throwing him out at first?
Yeah.
Lead runner on here.
I love the 9-3 play. I've seen that a handful of times.
Rizzo does not run terribly well.
Not great.
No.
Those are the guys you're on opportunity to go out and throw them out.
Bryant has struck out and singled, 1 for 2. Turns on this and fouls it off the facade of the Cubs dugout, third base way. 80th pitch of the night coming up here for Perdomo, with nobody out in the 5th inning. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Rizzo. Well, the pen is busy. Robbie Erlin first up for the Padres in the pen. On the ground left side, Villanueva will bobble, but get the out at second base. He lost the handle there a little bit in the hand as he made the transfer. Able to get Rizzo at second base. What could have been a possible double play ball.
You know, you've seen a trend with Villanueva. He's throwing on the run a lot. You see him taking that extra step and not the accuracy. I thought he had time to move his feet, get in that direction, and I thought that was a double play ball. Obviously, Bryant gets down the line quickly.
So Bryant at first, one down, brings up Jason Hayward. He's fly to right, fly to left, 0 for 2. Strike one to Hayward. 6 strikeouts so far tonight for Perdomo. He has walked 2 and allowed 5 hits, 3 runs. Padres trailing by a run with the Cubs batting here in the visiting half of the 5th.
Change up, huh? We talked about that. Bob Scanlon talked about that, breaking it out. We talk about pitches that are going to possibly get guys over the hump, right? We talk about the aggressive slider. Well, you still have to be aggressive on the changeup as well. Same arm speed as a fastball. And then because of the grip, it's got that 2-seam action down and away. How about another one?
Outside, 1-2. Hayward now, Baez next. Cubs batting here in the 5th. Padres double play depth in the infield. Throw over and back is Bryant. In the air, down the left field line, headed foul.
That's exactly where Luis wanted to throw that pitch. And that's a good sign. A.J. Ellis gave the sign, the high glove, target.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Triple up on the changeup?
Why not? In the dirt, 2-2. They said he was going to break it out more, so why not 3 in a row?
Sure.
Having a snack? What's going on? I look over and he's 3 cookies deep. What are we doing? The inning is going on.
2-2. Inside, spinning out of the way is Hayward.
I like that. 3 changeups away, and then the 2-seamer in. He missed big time, though.
Javier Baez waiting on deck. Cubs batting here in the 5th. Runner goes. Chopped out the third baseline, a fair ball. A little hit and run. Bryant heading for third. Heading for second is Hayward. He's going to be out at second base. Hayward thinks he eluded the tag and wants him to challenge. We will see what they're going to do here. Calling the field is out at second base. Joe Maddon's going to challenge. That was quick.
Well, Will Myers makes the right decision going to second base and trying to keep that double play in order. Looks like he got that left hand in there at first watch. Sam Holbrook, you can see in that position.
Yeah, he's going to be safe. Yep. This will get overturned.
Well, as a base runner, you have the full watch of where that throw's going, so you can determine where you're going to slide into second base. It's right in front of you.
I wonder what's taking them so long.
Didn't look like it was going to be a tough decision. But the longer it goes, you got to wonder.
Yeah. I think Joe's thinking the same thing. Here we go. Here comes the jury.
Safe at second base. Call overturned. Hayward was pretty sure he got in there safely, and as it turned out, he was right. Second and third, one out, and Javier Baez coming up. Big spot here for Baez. Baez struck out in the first, flat out to the warning track in center in the third, infield in all the way around. Line in the left center for a base hit. Bryant will score. Here comes Hayward. That's to the gap, the track of the wall. And it's a two-run double. And as it comes on top, 5-2.
First pitch offering. Let's check it out. It's a two-seam fastball. Middle in, and Baez does a nice job getting the hands through and pummeling that ball to left center field. He doesn't miss too many of those.
That is going to be the night for Luis Perdomo, as the Padres are going to make a double switch here. With one out in the fifth inning, it's now 5-2 Cubs.
We're going to take a look at some fastballs. He got bit by the fastball tonight. Now he's pitching against a club that is first in hits, first in average. These Cubs, if they get a fastball over the heart of the plate, Mark Sweeney, what's going to happen?
Well, they're feasting on it, and you see Schwarber going up the middle. That's a good pitch. You got to give credit to Kyle Schwarber on that one. But when it's elevated for the hitters, just an easier adjustment to make on that flat two-seam fastball when it's middle of the strike zone. That's what happened to Luis Perdomo in the bad moments tonight.
Well, taking over is Robbie Erlin as part of a double switch.
Well, it'll be a different look for the Cub hitters now, facing the left-hander. Robbie has started majority of the games out of the pen. Boy, lefty's almost hitting 300 off the lefty Erlin. Last time out was at Arizona. It was a while back. He's had plenty of days off, 6 days off for Robbie.
Well, as part of the double switch here, Perella comes in at second base, bat out of the 9 spot. Suaje moving from second to third, and Villanueva coming out of the game for the Padres. Javier Baez just drove in 2 runs with a gapper double to left center field as the Cubs on top 5-2. This one will glance off the glove of Ellis to the backstop. To third goes Baez. That's on a cross up here, huh?
I think you're right, Don. It's a curveball. Now watch AJ. AJ's like anticipating something else.
Pass ball charged here to Ellis.
That's a tough pass ball call, I think. I think you got to take everything into consideration.
Padres at the lip of the grass all the way around to the infield. Fouled back by Happ. He's been aboard twice. A home run in the second. Walked and scored in the 4th inning.
Robbie doesn't have the feel of that curveball.
Down the third baseline foul. Tough night for Perdomo. 4 1/3, 7 hits so far, charged with 5 runs. He's responsible for the runner at third. And a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for Happ, and a strikeout for Erlin. Second out of the 5th inning.
2-2 from Robbie Erlin, and he pumps the fastball right by him.
Schwarber coming up, 2 for 2. Single to center in the second. Home run in the 4th inning. Fly ball left field. Myers camped underneath. Will make the catch for out number 3. A 2-run inning for the Cubs, who've taken a 5-2 lead. Petco Park. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game enjoying Padres baseball tonight from Petco Park. Youngster is quite a dancer too.
Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. I've tried to master that dance.
The flossing?
I can't do it.
You can do it?
I can't.
You can't do it?
No.
Come on.
No. I can't. No, I've tried. It's
not easy.
I don't even want to watch him do it.
Brody Galvis leading it off here in the 5th inning.
Can you do it?
No. I've never even tried. I like to have my hands up over my head. I don't like them low like that.
You actually are really good up top.
Like I'm all up top.
Yeah, it's all about clubbing.
That's all up exactly. It looks weird here, but in the middle of the club, it's hot.
And then you could showcase it right in the middle.
Exactly, right in the middle.
Oh,
of the
it's
club.
like the parting of the Red Sea. It's something
he's seen it before.
You've never seen before.
So have I.
I don't want my hands low. Goes off my whole look. And then it concentrates on the midsection area, which is not good.
That's when you lock it in.
We want hands up here far from the boiler.
Yeah.
Line to left, and Schwarber is there to make the catch. Middle of the cap high. First down to the 5th.
Perfect placement, because that's exactly where Hendricks threw that pitch. Away. Galvis tries to flare it that way, and Schwarber kind of shading over towards that left field line.
Now for the Padres, after the 2 runs in the first, they have not answered the Cubs back. Pretty important, especially middle of the game. That bullpen for the Cubs got some velocity down there.
One down here in the 5th inning, and a first pitch strike into Jose Perella. Part of the double switch, batting for the first time tonight. Took over at second base.
Just too bad that the Padres could not get more in that first inning. They scored 2-run shot off of Hosmer's bat. Because Hendricks in the first inning, he's got an 8 ERA. They got 2. That was a good thing, but like Mark said, haven't been able to get anything after that.
Nothing else. That pitch count is high. Looking with 1 out of the 5th. This will be the 98th pitch of the night for Kyle Hendricks.
Last time out, he threw 109 at San Francisco.
Down the right field line, foul.
You know, guys, talking about Kyle Hendricks, he actually seems to get stronger as he goes deeper in the game. The batting average down to 162 from pitches 75 to 100. So one of those guys that gets locked in late.
It's interesting. Sometimes if you don't get to those guys early, you're not going to get to them. Here are the numbers. 233 first time through. Spikes to 274, then back down again. Third time through at 215.
I've seen it tonight to where he gets in that mode, man. He gets that release point. You know, I've always talked about pitching to the L of the strike zone. And when I say pitching to the L, I'll show you what I mean after this pitch. Here's what I was taught when I was a kid. Pitch to the L. Okay, left-hander, right? There's the L. Right-hander's up. Pitch to the L. Try to stay out of everything in here.
So only staying on the side of the L?
Hitting the L? Or
outside. So the outside corner for Travis and the bottom of the zone
would be a backwards L.
You're not coming in. You're not going up.
Well, I mean, this is just basics. Just staying out of the hitters, something they could do some damage with.
To short to the backhand. Addison Russell shows off his cannon-like arm. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the 6th. 5-2 Cubs. Start for the Padres and Eric Hosmer. A 2-run home run in the first inning for Hosmer. Padres jumped out to the 2-0 advantage. Cubs would answer though. Ian Happ with a home run of his own, solo shot to center field, his 11th of the year. And later on, going the other way, Kyle Schwarber with a 2-run shot. Gives him a 3-2 advantage at the time. And then more. Javier Baez drives this into the gap in left center field. It plates 2 Cubs as part of a 2-run top of the 5th inning. And Chicago enjoys a 5-2 lead to the 6th inning. Back out there for the Padres, Robbie Erlin, who came into the game last inning and retired the only 2 Cubs he faced. Now gives a fly ball to right field. Reyes back there to make the catch for out number 1. Addison Russell retired, 1 down.
Well, for Robbie Erlin, it really has to do with just keeping him there. And that's going to be pretty important. We've seen him out of the bullpen have some very successful outings like that.
That seems like that's what he has been his best at, coming in these type situations and just shutting down the offense, keeping them quiet, keeping the deficit where it is, giving the offense a chance to come back in the game.
Yep, and that's so important because he has that command. When he has that feel for the breaking ball, that's pretty important.
Yeah, he pumps strikes, that's for sure.
Caratini batting for the 3rd time, 0 for 2. As he takes strike 1. Pinch hitter has come out on deck in the pitcher's spot for Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks just went up over 100 pitches. 5 innings, 102 pitches. And Tommy La Stella has come out on deck. Chopped to short. Freddie Galvis plays the high hop and throws out. Caratini for the 2nd out of the 6th inning. So 2 down, and they'll bring up Tommy La Stella, the pinch hitter. Kyle Hendricks in this spot had been 0 for 2, struck out twice. .275, no homers, 14 runs batted in for La Stella. So Kyle Hendricks tonight ends up going 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 3. Pitcher of record. So with the minimum to make himself eligible for victory tonight. Came in 5 and 8 individually. Saw Rosario warming in the pen right now for the Cubs. There's a 2-hopper down to first. Hosmer will take it himself, and a 1-2-3 inning for Robbie Erlin. 5-2 Cubs. Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. We'll move on to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Padres. Suaje, Myers, and Hosmer face the new Cubs pitcher, Randy Rosario, into the game.
Well, talking to some of the Cubs guys, they say that Rosario is one of those anytime type players. Matchups here, matchups there, middle of the game, possibly a little later. Well, he's got a 3-run pad, his 22nd game. Nice ERA. A little high on the walks, though. 11 free passes in 26 frames for the left-hander. And it's Cubs bullpen guys, number 2 in the National League with a 3.03 ERA behind the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And they're without Carl Edwards Jr., who pitched in last night's game on the paternity list tonight. And Joe Madden said before the game they knew that, so wanted to get him into last night's game that he would be leaving today, and he did. Carlos Suaje leading it off here in the 6th inning. 2 for 2. Single to right, single to left, stolen a base, scored a run. Started the game at second base. He has since shifted to third defensively as part of a double switch. Does Suaje look different to you since returning from El Paso hitting wise?
A little bit, and obviously the numbers aren't great. When he first came up, I thought he was pulling the ball a little bit more. I think he was trying to lift the ball too much the other way. Now you're starting to see it on line. So to me, he's controlling the barrel of the bat a little bit more. Hopefully that's consistent. But switching positions, Don, I mean, he's going to have to show that. That's worth that I think Andy Green would love to see.
Suaje walks to begin things here in the 6th inning. Last thing Rosario wanted to do. Brings up Will Myers. It's the first walk given up by Cubs pitching in the game. Rich didn't walk anybody in his 5-inning effort tonight. Myers struck out looking in the first, single to left in the third, 1 for 2. They play day baseball tomorrow. Eric Lauer matched up against John Lester. And the end of the unofficial first half of the season. Time for the All-Star break. Although we're well past the halfway mark of the season. This is game 98 of the year.
I got a question for you guys. I'm sure you experienced it in the minor leagues. Would you be in favor of a split season, 2 halves?
I wouldn't mind it. And I think it should be discussed because I would like to see more teams involved, especially getting off to a good start. And for example, you look at the Mets. The Mets got off to such a hot start and then they struggled so much. But if you're in that position, I think it would spur different trades.
How about like 2 trade deadlines?
Yeah.
First half trade deadline, second half trade deadline. You got guys going to 3 or 4 teams.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Line down the left field line, foul.
How about you, Don?
I'm not crazy about it.
No?
No.
I mean, it's not a right or wrong answer.
No, I know. I just think it's hard. I think it's meant to be a marathon, not a sprint.
Great point.
You know, and I really feel like a lot happens, the ups and downs of your season. At one point during the year, you're the best team in baseball. At other times, you're one of the worst teams in baseball.
Sure.
But it's all part of that 162 games. I think if you were to break it up half by half, you get to the playoffs, and that team that won the first half is not nearly the same team that it was, say, whatever the cutoff is, July. You know, so I don't know. I'm not sure about it. Time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. Eric Hosmer with a 2-run shot back in the first inning. His 10th of the year, RBIs 40 and 41.
I do think the season should be shortened, though.
154.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that. I think maybe some more off days.
Okay, how about
for
this?
Teams.
How about no All-Star game, and then take those off days and then split those up throughout the course of the season so teams have more off days.
I kind of like the All-Star game.
Yeah.
To second base, Baez a touch second, fire to first. Double play ends the 6th inning. 5-2, Cubs with the lead.
Right, telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Top of the order, Anthony Rizzo is going to lead it off here for the Cubs. Rizzo, Bryant, and Hayward scheduled to bat in the 7th inning. Rizzo walked in the first, grounded out in the 3rd, single to right in the 5th. They shift on the right side to the Padres on Rizzo. Check swing foul over by the Cubs dugout. Going away, and it's 1-1. Rizzo, Bryant, Hayward. Anybody gets on, Baez will have a chance. The 1-1 in the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Two home runs tonight for the Cubs. Ian Happ in the 2nd. Schwarber in the 4th. Robbie Erlin's done a very nice job. He's faced 5 Cubs since coming in, retired them all. There's Bryant waiting on deck. Fouled off to the left this time.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Robbie Erlin, he's done quite well coming out of the bullpen. He pumps strikes. And as Mark Sweeney said, he's got to hold the Cubs to 5. Got .81 walk to 9 innings ratio as a reliever. That's second Major League Baseball. There you go.
Strike 3 call, nicely done. 2nd strikeout for Robbie Erlin. 1 down here in the 7th inning.
Pinpoint control. Talking about the glove side fastball command, and there you see it firsthand out of the hand of Robbie Erlin. 2nd strikeout for the left-hander.
One down here in the 7th inning brings up Chris Bryant. Struck out in the first, singled in the 3rd before grounding into a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Ball and a strike to Bryant. Jason Hayward waiting on deck. Cubs batting here in the 7th. In the air to center field as Jankowski settles underneath and makes the catch for out number 2. Erlin continues to deal here. That's 7 in a row retired by Erlin.
He's throwing to all quadrants.
So 2 down in the inning. Jason Hayward coming up, doubled his last time up. A little bit high for ball 1. To first, Hosmer will take it himself to the bag, and that will end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Erlin. 5-2 Cubs. Brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
It was based on pitching. Hack away at Hendricks. Boy, he's got an 8 ERA in the first inning. The Padres got 2, and that's all they got. Was the home run off the bat of Eric Hosmer. And low ball Luis Perdomo, 4 ground outs to 22 batters. And a struggle tonight. That's where we go to the bottom of the 7th. 5-2 Cubs.
Franmil Reyes going to lead it off here for the Padres. Back out there is Randy Rosario. After a leadoff walk, got a strikeout, and then a double play to get out of trouble. As the pitch is low. 1-0 to Franmil Reyes, to be followed by A.J. Ellis. And the pitcher's spot. So a pinch hitter have a chance. Looks like Austin Hedges lumbering up down in the Padres dugout. It'll be the 3rd hitter. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Franmil tonight has popped out to second and lined out to second. Both times Javier Baez up to the task. Chopped outside of 3rd and foul. Actually looks like Hunter Renfroe. Ellis is Headed back over. Not sure if he's talking to Suaje about what he has seen.
Yeah.
Suaje faced him in the 6th inning. Randy Rosario, the pitcher, out there now.
Hey, what do you got on this guy, right?
Yeah. Jolted to left center, but over is Schwarber, and he'll make the catch. First out at the bottom of the 7th inning. So 1 away, and A.J. Ellis coming up. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, grounded out 3rd base in the 4th inning, 0 for 2. Strike 1. Renfroe has indeed come out on deck here to pinch hit in the 7th inning. Up and away into the backhand goes Caratini. New baseball quested by Rosario. He gets one. On an inning and a 3rd so far in relief of Kyle Hendricks with the first 5 tonight for the Cubs. And the pitch up and away.
Well, it's going to be tough against the Chicago Cub bullpen, that's for sure. Trailing by 3 and getting late.
Strike called. Ellis thought it was ball 4. It started towards first base, but a full count now.
Some way, shape, or form to try to get that tying run up to the dish.
Fouled off to the right, out of play. On the hook right now for the Padres, Luis Perdomo. 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. Walked 2, struck out 6. Ended up throwing 88 pitches tonight. Ball 4, and Ellis finally does walk. Heads down to first base with 1 down. Second walk allowed by Rosario. 1 out, 1 on. Then Hunter Renfroe, pinch hitter, coming up.
Well, Robbie Erlin did his job. Kept the Cubs at 5.
Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, comes out of the dugout and heads to the mound.
I've always heard good things about Jim Hickey. I've never met the man, but he was with Joe Madden in Tampa. He joins him this year.
Now the action of the pen, Norwood is up. Padres pen is also busy. Phil Maton is up and Phil Hughes. One out walk by Rosario. Now Hunter Renfroe, the pinch hitter.
I'm thinking that if the Padres maybe get on the board here, do some damage, you might see Maton next inning. Score stays the same, possibly Phil Hughes.
Fly ball to deep center field. Happ going back onto the warning track. And oh, it's gone. A 2-run shot for Hunter Renfroe. Padres right back in it again. It's a 1-run game. Pinch hit, 2-run home run for Hunter Renfroe.
That'll wake up the Friar faithful. Coming off the bench, pinch hitting, boy, you get that first pitch and it's in the zone, you are going to go to hacking. And I tell you what, that's a little spinner. Who doesn't love a little spinner right down the middle? Bang, El Centro, launch angle. And the Padres within one.
Liner caught by the second baseman Baez, and a hot shot by Galvis. 2 down.
That was a beautiful swing. You know, I think that's the perfect example of a pitcher speeding up a hitter's bat, especially lefty on righty. That's coming right towards the heart of the plate, into the swing path, and Hunter pummeled it.
Joe Madden going to make the change here. He's had James Norwood up in the pen. It's now 5-4 Cubs. Back within a run of the 2-run home run. A pinch hit home run for Hunter Renfroe. New pitcher, James Norwood for the Cubs.
James made his major league debut Wednesday in San Francisco. Struck out the first batter he faced. Took the walk-off loss. That was the game where Buster Posey hit the walk-off to the opposite field. Came up from AAA Iowa on July 8th. He actually began the season in Double-A Tennessee. Pitched well there to earn the promotion to the I-Cubs. And now he's wearing a big league uniform.
Now 2 down here in the 7th inning, and Jose Perella makes his way to the plate. Came in as part of a double switch and batted for the first time in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grounded out to shortstop, 0 for 1 on the night. Outfield straight away. Perella fouls it off down the right field line, out of play. Fly ball center field. Ian Happ moves over to right center and under to make the catch out there that ends the inning. But a 2-run home run, pinch hit at that for Hunter Renfroe. 5-4 Cubs as we head to the 8th.
At Dodger Stadium, Kenley Jansen against Cole Calhoun in the 10th inning, and he'd leave the yard, and that would decide this ball game.
Cole Calhoun, 3 home runs in the last 2 days against the Dodgers. 2 off Walker Buehler, the starter yesterday. This is a big one though, off Kenley Jansen. That's his 4th blown save in the year.
So 5-4 is the final score. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the postgame show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. When we see you after the final out, we'll break down Luis Perdomo's night, what it means for him moving forward, and take a look at this bullpen as well. Also, you're going to hear from Andy Green. We'll get you set for the 3rd and final game of the series, and it happens to be the last game before the All-Star break. Don, Mark?
Mike and Mark, thanks very much. We play along here to the 8th inning, and Phil Maton becomes the 3rd arm used by San Diego.
Phil pitched the frame last night, gave up 1 hit. That was in the 7th. And he loves pitching here at Petco Park. In 10 games, now this being his 11th, a .79. That's right, .79 ERA. And 33 career outings here. 1.31.
Goes behind 2-0. Bobby Erlin retired everybody he faced 8 batters. Very good. Gave the Padres a chance to come back in this game. (2-0) to Baez. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-1. So Erlin went 2 2/3. No hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 2. Off the end of the bat, cued foul over by the Padres dugout. 2-2.
A little bit too quick to that one, huh?
Right off the end, it looked like.
Off the cupped part of the bat. How about that swing? My goodness.
(2-2). And a swing and a miss. Maton strikes him out for the first out of the 8th inning.
Hey, if a guy on the previous pitch is way out in front of a slider, why not throw him another one and throw it down and away? This one literally brings him to his knee.
One down in the 8th, and it brings up Ian Happ. Homered in the 2nd inning, a solo shot. Walked and scored in the 4th before striking out swinging in the 5th inning. (91) and at the top of the zone gets him to chase.
Yeah, he likes to pitch up there. Upstairs with the fastball, down and in with the slider.
Rolls it over foul. 1-2. Happ bloops it to left center field. In comes Myers. He'll have to play it on a hop. 1-out single for Happ. 3rd time he's been on with his 2nd hit of the night.
Well, just didn't get into the right spot, and it looked like he was either in his kitchen just a little bit.
Now 1 on. Kyle Schwarber coming up. Single to center in the 2nd, homered in the 4th, flat out to left in the 5th. And this one hits the umpire, I think, gets away. Up to second base goes Happ.
Don, you're right. It would look like it was a breaking ball, a slider. Oh, I'm sorry, take that back. It's a four-seam fastball, kind of like a cutter. Off the glove of AJ, hits the right foot of home plate umpire DJ Rayburn, and then back to the screen.
Wild pitch charge to Maton. They're going to intentionally walk Schwarber now. With first base open. So an intentional walk of the no-throw kind. Goes down to first with one away, and Addison Russell coming up to take their chances with the Cubs shortstop. Oh for 3 in the game. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, struck out, flied out to right. Fly ball, right field, down the line towards the corner. Reyes is over, and Reyes can't catch it. Off the glove.
Well, a couple of things here. Long run. Secondly, very catchable ball, and I think maybe that you see the last second kind of held up, but yet kind of reached out a little bit. I think he felt that wall was creeping in on him, but he had plenty of room to make that catch. It's a very catchable ball. Should have been caught.
No play, the ruling from the official score. 2 on, 1 away. Another chance here for Addison Russell. And he will bloop it into right center for a base hit. Half coming around second will score. Throw goes to third. That's late. And it's first and third with 1 out, a run in. 6-4. Back on top are the Cubs.
Usually hitters in the Cubs lineup, you know, they can square balls up. They can hit the gaps. They can hit home runs. They can also fight off some pitches as well. And as we look at that one into the kitchen, there's a reason why these Cubs are first in average. There's a reason why they're first in on-base percentage, because they get pitches like that. They can fight it off and get on base. And also second in RBIs. And speaking of RBIs, there's another one right there to make it 6-4.
Victor Caratini now standing in first and third. Blocked by Ellis, keeps it in front of him. And Zobrist has on deck here. Started last night's game in right field, tonight on the bench with Hayward getting the start in right, and Zobrist the pinch hitting possibility. Strike one, 1-1. Zobrist waiting on deck. On the ground down the line at first. That's a fair ball. Just hooked it down to the right field corner. Schwarber will score. Russell's being waved around from first base. He will score. 2 more runs for the Cubs, who take an 8-4 lead. A 2-run double for Caratini.
Caratini last night, remember, pinch hit, got hit by a pitch, took his base. Well, getting the start tonight and paying dividends. After wearing the collar, 0 for 3, big time 2-run double. Extra padding here for the Cubs in the 8th.
Caratini at second base, and it brings up Ben Zobrist, the pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for James Norwood, the pitcher. There's strike one from Maton. So Maton's been touched for 3 runs here in the 8th. And Zobrist, a very versatile player for Joe Maddon, was in Tampa Bay for Joe Maddon and is the same in Chicago. Did he go? No, he did not, says Jim Wolf, third base umpire. He went around. That ball gets away, though, and heading for third base is Caratini. He'll get there. So a swing and a miss for a strike. The ball gets away, and now Caratini is 90 feet away. Wild pitch charge to Maton. Infield in now, all the way around for the Padres. Fouled off to the left, out of play. Time called. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors now for the Cubs. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Padres. On the ground to second base. Perella's got it, looks the runner back, and then flips to first for the out. Tires Zobrist 4-3. 2 down in the inning as Caratini stays at third base. Top of the order, Anthony Rizzo coming up. He's been on twice tonight, a walk and a single. Popped up left side. Galvis calling and catching out number 3. A 3-run top of the 8th inning for the Cubs, who take an 8-4 lead.
Tried to help her with the pain with putting an IV in her and couldn't do it. They were in battle gear, and it's just a nightmare. To have that much of a positive attitude with everything she's going through is really inspiring to me.
Inside San Diego Sports shows you how Del Mar will honor one of the heroes from the fires that ravaged the San Luis Rey Training Center last December, plus everything you need to know to make the best out of the race season tomorrow after Padres Live, the postgame show. 8-4, Cubs have the lead at the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Cubs, Brian Dunsing, into the game. The veteran reliever makes his 37th appearance. 2-0, higher earned run average. Swing to the first pitch is Jankowski, and flying one to short right. Baez will let the right fielder Hayward make the catch. Baez was calling it all the way, but Hayward called him off, made the catch.
Just see the little deke there?
Yeah. I went for it. One down.
It did look like Baez was going to.
Yeah, he's camped. So one down here in the 8th inning. Carlos Suaje coming up. Dunsing takes over for James Norwood, who retired, the only batter he faced, and Jose Perella. So he goes at third. Suaje tonight's been on base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. Started the game at second base, has since shifted over to third base defensively tonight as part of a double switch for the Padres. Outside for ball 2, 2-1.
I think did you see that last pitch? I think it was a classic example of a catcher taking a pitch away from his pitcher.
Ball 3, 3-1. Well, I called it outside, so must have been outside. And the umpire said it was a ball.
Because the tracks had it, I mean, it caught plate. It was like outer third.
So you're saying I called it wrong? What are you saying?
Yeah. I'm going to say you called it wrong. It did not surround the plate.
Ball 4, and Suaje down to first base. A 1-out walk for Carlos. Well, the Padres last inning went from a 1-run deficit to now a 4-run deficit. Got a base runner here with 1 down in the 8th, and Will Myers coming up. Steve Cishek is warming in the pen. We saw him last night at game 1. Well, Myers a 1-for-3 night, singling in the 3rd inning. Suaje gains a lead at first, held on by Anthony Rizzo. Myers will take ball 2, 2-0. 38,837 on hand tonight for game 2 of the series. 38,837. Another big crowd for Padres Cubs with a day game tomorrow. Kyle Hendricks still the pitcher of record for the Cubs. Started this game with the first 5, giving up 2 runs. Hosmer got to him for a 2-run home run in the first, but those are the only runs he allowed. Jim Hickey on the phone checking on Cishek. Myers hits one high in the air to center field, but Ian Happ is underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 2. High fly ball, but 2 down.
Just underneath it. It's a pitch that's down, and the barrel of the bat for Will Myers working underneath it. And it catches it out in front a little bit. Frustrating for any hitter.
Two down brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer homered in the first, a 2-run shot, but then grounded into a double play in the third, grounded into a double play in the 6th inning. Bounces in 2-0. Dunsing signing a 2-year deal with the Cubs in January. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, heading out there to talk to him.
Well, Jim Hickey's doing all the talking to the pitcher and the catcher right there with the 4-run lead.
Great number of very good pitching staffs in Tampa Bay when he was there under Joe Madden for a long time. Did a very good job there with limited resources too.
Yeah.
But they really developed some very good pitchers in his time there.
He was also with the Astros for a while, correct?
Correct. 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. He was the pitching coach for a lot of the very good young arms at the time. The David Prices, James Shields, Chris Archer, Jeremy Hellickson. 2-1 pitch is fouled off down the left field line, out of play.
He's in his 15th season as a major league pitching coach. Houston 04 to 06, and as you mentioned, Don, long time in Tampa, 07 to 17.
Got there the same time Joe Madden did in Tampa, but Joe left. Jim Hickey remained. Last couple of seasons under Kevin Cash. 2-2. Fly ball into right center field. Happ and Hayward. And Happ will make the catch in front of Hayward to end the inning. We head to the 9th. 8-4. Cubs on top. Chicago Cubs coming in with an 11-2 record at 2.45 earned run average. Up against Eric Lauer, 5-5 with a 4.40. We'll get you started at 12:30 with Padres Live And then it'll be the Padres and Cubs in the finale of the 3-game series, and the finale of the homestand for San Diego, finale of the first half. It'll be the All-Star break after the game tomorrow.
Eric Lauer pitched one heck of a game last time out, 8 2/3 innings, and of course John Lester, the year that he is having, probably the Cubs' best pitcher right now, the veteran against the rookie.
Chris Bryant leads it off for Chicago here in the 9th. New pitcher for the Padres is Phil Hughes.
Well, Phil was warming up earlier. Maton came in before him when the Padres kind of got close, but then the Cubs added on. Starter / reliever. Hoping to throw up a 0 here in the top of the 9th. Phil has done well here at Petco Park in the short time he's been in the Padre uniform. 8 strikeouts against just 1 walk in 5 appearances here in the gas lamp.
Check swing foul over by the Padres dugout, and Bryant down 1-2. So Perdomo started this game 4 1/3, giving up 5 runs. He is on the hook currently. Robbie Erlin did a great job, retired all 8 batters he faced in 2 2/3. Maton an inning charged with 3 runs in the 8th. And now Phil Hughes pitching in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 pitch. And a liner to center. Jankowski will play it on a high. Second hit of the night for Chris Bryant. Base hit starts the 9th inning.
Oh, knuckle curveball. Just catches too much of the plate, and Chris Bryant is out in front of it a little bit, but because it's elevated, enables him to dump that in front of Travis in center field for the base knock.
Lead runner on, and Jason Hayward coming up. Hayward 1 for 4, a double in the 5th inning. Fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. Phil Hughes made just 1 appearance in his career against the Cubs. He came with the Minnesota Twins. Tossed a complete game, 8-inning game, while allowing just 1 run. Back in June 19th of 2015. Made 2 starts this year earlier for the Minnesota Twins. He's not made a start since coming to the Padres. Is exclusively worked out of the pen. Hayward broken bat. Bloop to right field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Heading to third is Bryant on the single by Hayward, who has his 2nd hit of the night. There's what's left of the bat. Went off the screening above the Padres dugout.
Well, when things are going well for your club, it's stuff like that right here that happens. I mean, literally sawed off at 1st and 3rd action for the Cubs still with nobody out.
First and 3rd, nobody out. Cubs tonight 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Javier Baez 1 for 4 in the game. A 2-run double and a swing that takes him to 1 knee.
Well, he likes to swing it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He does not get cheated. Adrian Beltre-like.
Fly ball struck well to right. At the wall, that ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Javier Baez. An 11-4 Cubs lead. Baez with a 5 RBI night. And the Cubs open it up.
Wow. Up and away and taking it that way. Fastball that comes back a little bit. Stayed on it just enough. Hit it on the sweet spot to send it on its way.
Check swing, did he go? No. We check with Jim Wolf. Still no outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Fly ball down the left field line. Myers headed over towards the line. It'll come back for him, and he makes the catch for the first out of the 9th. So Happ retired. That'll take us to Kyle Schwarber. Two-hit night tonight for Schwarber. A single in the 2nd inning, a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Walked and scored in the 8th. Two and 0. Two-0 pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. 2-1. Phil Hughes has one out here in the inning, trying to work his way through the 9th. No action behind him. This is his inning. Broken bat, foul ball down the right field line. Schwarber will need a new piece of lumber. Off pitch, and that is strike 3. Oh. Wow. Hughes will take that. 2 down in the 9th inning. Schwarber didn't like it at all as he says some things to DJ Rayburn.
Well, he's got reason to gripe. This ball was off the plate. Good for Phil Hughes. He gets the punchy.
So 2 down in the 9th, and it brings up Addison Russell. So with a single his last time up, and a 1-for-4 game tonight for the Cubs shortstop. Tried to hold up, it goes around for strike 2. One-two pitch. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Cubs with 3 more runs here in the 9th inning. 2-2. Grounds it foul outside of third.
There was a game earlier this week, I think it was ugly early, right? This one classified ugly late.
I don't know which is worse, ugly early or ugly late. I guess it's all ugly.
Yeah.
Ball 3, full count. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming up.
Ugly Late is the name of my new band.
Payoff pitch. And it's chopped foul outside of third. You have a lot of new names for your band, I noticed. Seems to be
a lot of turnover.
A couple times a week.
Yeah. Always looking for that new sound.
Are new guys changing in your band a lot too, or just the name?
Just the name. Pretty tight-knit group.
How's it taking off? Payoff pitch again. Fly ball right field. Reyes waiting, now coming in, and he'll make the catch. It ends the inning. But a 3-run inning for the Cubs. They take an 11-4 lead. Fifth inning with his double. They would play two. Bryant and Hayward would both score. And at the time, the Cubs took a 5-2 lead. Well, he was not done in the ninth inning. It's a 3-run home run to right center field. His 19th home run of the year, a 5 RBI game for Javier Baez, and his Cubs enjoy an 11-4 lead to the bottom of the ninth inning. So a big night for Baez, big night for the Cubs. 11 runs on 13 hits. I mentioned that Carl Edwards Jr. had been placed on the paternity leave, so they called up Rob Zastryzny, who comes into the game now for the Cubs.
So the left-hander will get a chance with the huge lead to get a frame under his belt this season, his 6th game, and in the small sample size, 5 1/3 innings pitched. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. It's a lot of consonants right there, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Only 2 vowels, right? A and Y.
Sometimes Y, yeah. Franmil Reyes going to lead it off.
Yeah. An A and 2 Y's.
Reyes has popped out to second, lined out to second, and flied out to left. Takes over for Brian Dunsing, who pitched the 8th inning. No hits, no runs. He did walk a batter and did not strike anybody out. So Strizny becomes the 5th pitcher of the night for the Cubs. Up and away, and it's 2-2. Down the line at first, but foul. Tomorrow the Padres have the tall task of going up against John Lester in the finale of the series. Comes in 11-2. 2-2. A little bit low. Down and in, ball 4, and down to first base goes Reyes. Leadoff walk, pretty much the last thing Joe Madden want to see here from his reliever with an 11-4 lead.
Yeah, he wants a quick 1-2-3 inning. He wants to get in, get out, get back. Day game tomorrow, especially with a lead like this.
There is A.J. Ellis, who has struck out, grounded out, and walked. It's a fly ball to center field. Ian Happ going back to the warning track to make the catch. Right in front of the wall. Ellis gave it a ride. 1 down in the 9th inning. Pinch hitter coming up in Manuel Margot.
Sounded like off the end of the bat a little bit, but still A.J. gives this a ride. Just missed it.
Margot to pitch hit here. The spot, a 2-run home run by Hunter Renfroe in the 7th inning at the time. Got the Padres back within a run. It was 5-4. That's before the Cubs put together 3 in the 8th inning and 3 in the 9th inning to take an 11-4 lead. Down and in, and it's 2-0.
This is Strizny from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The Great White North.
That's a strike. He's been a guy who's been up and down to Iowa quite a bit.
Yeah. Not too many major leaguers from Edmonton.
Quite a few NHL players from Edmonton.
You think?
Line to left, and that is in. That is going to get back to the track in the wall. Reyes heading for third. He'll be stopped there, and a double by Margot.
Never give away at bats. Coming off the bench, hey, you get a pitch like that, put your best swing on it. And with the adjustments Manuel Margot has made this season, coming off the bench makes it a little sweeter for Manuel.
Second and third with 1 out. And it brings up Freddie Galvis. Bounces in, blocked by Caratini. One and one. gets away. This will remain at third base.
Well, he's been very inconsistent out of the strike zone in the time that he's been out there. No use running into it out at the plate.
Galvis jolts this one towards left field, and that's going to get in. From third comes Reyes. Margot will score. It's a 2-run double for Freddie Galvis, and it's now 11-6. Gapper out there to left center for Galvis. It drives in 2.
Seems like he's very inconsistent out of the zone, and when he throws the ball in the zone, it's very inviting for these Padre hitters. Manuel Margot with the double, now Freddie.
Joe Madden just sent his catcher out to talk to his reliever, and they've got action in the pen very quickly. Trying to buy some more time for Steve Cishek, who had been up earlier, and this game was much closer. 5-4, and he was up in the pen. And now Joe Madden's coming out. Cishek is ready to come in. And he'll be coming in. Pitching change with 1 out in the 9th inning. 11-6 Chicago. The Cubs changing pitchers. Steve Cishek coming into the game, the veteran right-hander.
We saw him in the 6th inning last night, an inning, a hit. He struck out 2 Padres, his 45th game. So Joe Madden wants to stop it right here and now. Now 11-6.
Jose Pirela will be who he faces first here with 1 down in the 9th. Third plate appearance for Pirela tonight. Grounded out to short in the 5th. Fly down to center in the 7th. Came in as part of a double switch. And Luis Perdomo left this game. In there for strike 1 to Pirela. Strisny is responsible for Galvis, who is charged with 2 runs so far in a 1/3 of an inning. Lined and caught by the shortstop Russell for the 2nd out of the 9th inning. 2 down, and coming up is the top of the order, Travis Jankowski. 0 for 4 from the top spot. He's lined out to short, grounded out to second, grounded out to short, and last time up, flied out to right. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. 2-1. Joe Madden's team trying to take the second game of this series after winning here last night. On the ground by the mound. Baez, the second baseman, throws to first, and that's the ball game. The Padres get 2 in the 9th inning, but it's not enough as the Cubs hold on to an 11-6 win. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. The final again, the Cubs 11, the Padres 6. Time for Padres Live. My Pomerantz, what's in store?
Well, we're going to get you set for the series finale tomorrow, which will be the final game before the All-Star break. And it is Trevor's time. A little highlight from Trevor Hoffman's career as he gets set for Hall of Fame induction.